India, a country where nothing is ordinary. Every sunrise might bring a riot of color, or a festival that no outsider can explain. One moment, the street is crowded with sacred cows and monkeys. The next, you'll see jobs you never imagined. Ear cleaners, snake charmers, inspectors who fine you for spitting on the ground. Some say, in the villages of the south, a single woman may choose several husbands on her wedding night. Elsewhere, gold glitters on women's wrists and necks, shining in markets and hidden palaces. Monks chant to gods with 1,000 faces as wedding processions halt traffic for hours. Secret ceremonies unfold in the shadows, and what happens behind closed doors is whispered about, but almost never seen by strangers. This is the real India, wilder, stranger, and more seductive than you've ever imagined. And nothing will prepare you for what happens next. Monks wander through narrow alleys, wrapped in orange and red robes. Some carry tridents, skulls, or wear ashes on their skin. They chant to gods older than history, filling the air with incense and mystery. In hidden corners, forbidden rituals unfold, shocking even to other Indians. There are places where outsiders are never allowed to enter. On a remote island, a tribe rejects the outside world so violently, no visitor has ever left alive. And every year, the world's largest human gathering floods a single city, millions plunging into a sacred river at sunrise, searching for salvation. Danger, secrecy, and spectacle are everywhere. In India, even the most extraordinary story is just the beginning. Rats scurry through marble corridors and temples where they are worshipped as living gods. Some devotees bring sweet cakes, milk, and grains, placing them gently on the ground, waiting as hundreds ofteny pink feet swarm around their ankles. Children laugh and play among the animals, never afraid, while priests remind visitors that to see a white rat is to be blessed for life. Cows stroll calmly through city streets, blocking cars, eating offerings, and never disturbed. Traffic stops, horns blare, but nobody dares move the sacred animal. In busy markets, women pause mid-bargain to stroke a cow's neck, whispering prayers for health or good fortune. Faded garlands and streaks of colored powder mark the heads of these wandering creatures, proof that they have been honored by a dozen hands. In the sacred city of Varanasi, monkeys leap from rooftop to rooftop, stealing fruit and snatching prayer beads from the hands of pilgrims. Vendors guard their food stalls, mothers clutch their children, and still the monkeys move as if they own the world. Some believe the boldest of them carry the spirits of ancient heroes. Everywhere you look, animals are honored and protected, sometimes more than people. Women in bright saris sweep temple floors, pour milk for sacred snakes, and press their foreheads to shrines crowded with statues. Old women sing songs to cows at dawn. Young girls collect flowers to lay before rat burrows. Mothers bring sweets for monkey gods. For many here, to harm a rat, a cow, or a monkey is to invite disaster. This is a land where even the smallest creature can be divine. On the street, chaos rules every minute. Cars, trucks, rickshaws, and motorcycles weave through each other in a wild, endless dance. Cows wander into intersections and block traffic. Horns never stop, blaring, honking, beeping in a constant, deafening symphony. Drivers shout, bargain, and wave their hands, guiding their vehicles by instinct more than by rules. Buses packed beyond belief rumble down narrow lanes, with people hanging from windows and standing on rooftops. Women in colorful dupattas ride side saddle on motorbikes, holding babies or shopping bags, unfazed by the chaos swirling around them. Vendors dart between cars, selling water, flowers, and snacks to anyone who will slow down. Somehow, in this madness, everyone seems to know exactly where they're going. At the end of the day, the streets are still full. Children run alongside tuk-tuks, old men share stories at tea stalls, and the air is thick with dust, spice, and laughter. Here, order is an illusion, and survival is an art. For all its beauty and color, India can be overwhelming. In the cities, poverty is impossible to ignore. Families crowd together in single rooms, entire neighborhoods made from tin sheets, scavenged wood, and faded blue tarps. Children dart through traffic to beg at car windows, their voices lost in the roar of engines. Older boys shine shoes on the curb or sell garlands of jasminto drivers waiting for the light to change. Before sunrise, women in worn saris line up at public pumps, balancing battered pots on their hips, filling them one by one with water that may have traveled miles through ancient pipes. Some cook on open fires outside their doors, stirring rice in battered pots as the smell of wood smoke drifts between the buildings. At dawn, men gather at chai stalls, sipping hot tea from tiny glasses, swapping gossip and news as the city wakes up. Beneath overpasses, families build homes from anything they can find. Bamboo poles, broken signs, bits of cloth, creating islands of shelter on the edge of chaos. Street barbers open for business as soon as the sun rises, draping faded towels across their clients' shoulders. Razors glinting in the morning light. Women wash laundry in muddy streams or at the river's edge, slapping clothes against the rocks and chatting with each other as they work. Even the poorest neighborhoods are alive with noise. Vendors hawking vegetables, children laughing and shouting, the clatter of bicycle bells, and the cries of goats in the distance. Amid all this hardship, there are moments of pride. Girls in neatly pressed uniforms walking to school, mothers braiding their daughters' hair, a grandmother painting henna on a granddaughter's hands before a festival. Even in the most crowded alleys, people laugh, share food, and keep traditions alive. Life here is relentless, but so is the will to survive. But behind the chaos lies another reality, one that shapes every moment in ways outsiders can barely imagine. India's caste system divides people from birth. It is a map written centuries ago, and for millions, every road still follows its lines. Your caste decides where you are born, where you will be buried, who you will marry, and what dreams you're allowed to chase. In the oldest neighborhoods, narrow lanes are painted with silent warnings. No entry for lower castes. Some families are forbidden from entering temples, drinking from public wells, or eating at the same tables as their neighbors. Early in the morning, before the city wakes, sweepers from the lowest caste walk the streets, heads down, cleaning the dust that never disappears. Children from privileged castes, dressed in crisp uniforms, file into private schools with iron gates and painted walls. At the same hour, children from poorer castes walk barefoot, carrying heavy water jugs or baskets of flowers to sell at the market. For some girls, caste is a prison with invisible bars. A daughter born into the untouchables may never be called by name at school. She may spend her days cleaning, scrubbing, or collecting garbage. Her path set by ancestors she will never know. Marriage is a boundary rarely crossed. Parents arrange matches within their own caste, families trading horoscopes and stories as if the world beyond the line does not exist. A girl who falls in love with a boy from another caste risks being cast out, or worse. Weddings are bright, crowded, and full of rituals. Yet the old rules shape every detail, from the color of a bride's sari to the songs that are sung. In the villages, elders whisper warnings about breaking tradition. In the cities, activists march, teachers protest, and students share dreams of equality on dusty chalkboards. But change is slow. Even in the new India, the shadow of caste is everywhere. In job applications, in police records, in the way neighbors speak to each other across a shared wall. For many, the caste system is a truth older than memory, and one that still decides who is seen and who is invisible. But in India, even as millions struggle, there is another world hidden just beyond the crowded streets. A world of untold wealth, royal palaces, and weddings more expensive than most can imagine. In Mumbai, glass skyscrapers rise above tin-roofed slums, throwing long shadows over the chaos below. On the city's richest hill stands Antilia, a private mansion that towers above the skyline, belonging to Asia's wealthiest family. It's a vertical palace, with more than 20 stories of glass, marble, and lush gardens stacked one on top of the other. Inside, businessmen and billionaires gather in private lounges with panoramic city views, smoking cigars and sipping rare whiskey from crystal tumblers. Crystal chandeliers the size of small cars hang from ceilings painted with gold leaf. Personal chefs serve rare delicacies on plates trimmed with platinum. Private elevators glide past hanging gardens, spa floors, a ballroom, and a theater with velvet seats. There are rumors of a snow room, an entire floor kept at freezing temperatures just to escape the tropical heat. Elsewhere, in the desert cities of Rajasthan, ancient palaces have become luxury hotels. Their stone walls are lined with silk tapestries and frescoes older than most countries. Courtyards bloom with roses and lotus flowers, while peacocks strut between marble columns. Here, royalty and celebrities gather for weddings that last for days. Wealthy men arrive in convoys of supercars and private helicopters, wearing custom-tailored suits or sherwanis woven with gold thread. They toss back glasses of imported scotch while betting on horse races in the palace gardens. Brides step from carriages pulled by white horses, their saris woven with real gold and draped with strings of emeralds. The bride's hands and feet are painted with henna, delicate, swirling patterns that take hours to complete. Guests arrive from around the world. Industrialists, movie stars, and politicians, each one dressed in designer clothes. Feasts stretch across long tables covered in silver platters, where every dish is a masterpiece. Musicians play under a sky of lanterns, and fireworks explode over mirrored lakes. Some say the cake at a true luxury wedding can be taller than a grown man, and no expense is spared on flowers, perfumes, or jewels. In Delhi, businessmen shop for diamonds and Swiss watches in boutiques protected by armed guards. Men lounge in cigar bars, discussing deals worth millions, or celebrate in private clubs with imported champagne and international models. Private jets wait on runways, ready to fly their owners to secret parties in Goa or to spas hidden in the Himalayan foothills. Bollywood stars celebrate birthdays with live tigers in glass cages and orchestras flown in from Paris or London. At these events, every moment is designed for spectacle, each photo more dazzling than the last. For the lucky few, India is a land of color, comfort, and magic beyond imagination. Here, wealth is more than money. It's a stage, a fantasy, and an endless festival of fortune. But beneath the luxury, another India pulses, a world powered by faith in thousands of gods and goddesses. In every home, shop, and roadside shrine, deities stand watch. Ganesh with his elephant head, Kali with her necklace of skulls, Shiva crowned in ash. Some families worship just one god, while others pray to dozens, each with their own stories, colors, and powers. A boy chooses Hanuman, the monkey god, for strength and protection. A young woman offers marigolds to Lakshmi, hoping for beauty and fortune. Children trade stories of gods like comic book heroes, comparing the miracles of Vishnu and the thunder of Indra. In city streets, images of Krishna painted in electric blue smile from billboards and buses. Temples crowd every neighborhood, their steps slick with milk, oil, and flower petals from the day's offerings. At festival time, the air fills with the clash of cymbals and the roar of drummers as statues are carried through the streets. Women in shimmering saris dance barefoot in the dust, eyes closed, lost in devotion. Men chant ancient hymns, lighting incense and swinging brass lamps in circles of light and smoke. In India, faith is everywhere, unseen but inescapable. It shapes every morning, every deal, every dream. To live here is to walk among gods. Even outside the temples, the worship of animals shapes daily life in India. Cows, sacred and untouchable, wander through traffic jams and marketplaces, pausing to chew flowers left as offerings. Goats and sheep wear garlands on festival days, while stray dogs are fed at shrines during religious holidays. In small towns, pigeons gather in the thousands on rooftops, fed each morning by families who believe the act brings good karma. At the edge of the village, men bow their heads before giant elephants, touching their trunks in respect and asking for blessings before a journey. To harm a creature in this world is to risk misfortune, but to show kindness is to invite luck and divine favor. For many in India, these daily rituals are more than tradition. They are a vital link to the gods themselves. In this land, the line between human and animal is thin, and every day brings a new chance to honor the sacred in the ordinary. But the wonder of India is not just in its gods or its chaos. It's in the constant sense that anything can happen. At festival time, entire cities transform overnight. Streets lined with glowing lanterns, rooftops exploding with fireworks, rivers filled with drifting candles. Young men gather to watch fire dancers and acrobats spin through the night. Women paint each other's hands with henna, laughter mixing with the beat of distant drums. In the markets, every stall is a riot of color: silks, spices, bangles, and sweets. A single street might hold a parade, a holy man preaching, and a Bollywood film shoot, all at once. Here, the rules are always changing. Mystery and spectacle wait around every corner. For those willing to wander, India is a place where magic feels close enough to touch. On any given day, the streets can shift from chaos to celebration in a heartbeat. The energy of the city never fades. Nowhere else does moving through daily life feel like a test of courage and creativity. At festival time, the crowds multiply. During Kumbh Mela, the largest gathering of humans on Earth, millions descend on a single city, turning its streets to a living sea. Everywhere, bright saris and white dhotis ripple in the sunlight. Holy men with ash-smeared faces chant ancient prayers and blow conch shells as they lead processions toward the river. Women wade into the water, holding hands and balancing babies on their hips, believing a single dip will wash away a lifetime of sins. On the banks, musicians play, incense burns, and the air is thick with the sound of bells, drums, and voices chanting in unison. It is a spectacle of color, chaos, and devotion, an experience no outsider ever forgets. But not every tradition in India is what the world expects. In remote southern villages, there are communities where one woman may take several husbands, sometimes brothers from the same family. On the wedding night, it is custom for the bride to spend time with each of her husbands, one after the other. This practice, known as polyandry, has survived for centuries. Its origins tangled in history and myth. Some say it began to keep family land from being divided, while others whisper about ancient laws and the power of women in the community. In these places, a woman may be surrounded by a house full of men, each one her husband, each one with a share in her life. Jealousy and rivalry are part of daily life, but the rules are clear and everyone knows their place. During festivals, the village gathers to celebrate these unions with feasts, music, and wild dances. Even here, outsiders are often shocked by the openness of these traditions and by the freedom some women have in choosing their partners. In India, the line between taboo and custom is often invisible, sometimes even to those who live by it. India's fascination with love, pleasure, and sensuality is older than most nations. Long before the rest of the world whispered about desire, India wrote it down, word for word. The Kama Sutra, composed nearly 2,000 years ago, is not just a book about sex, but a guide to living, flirting, and the subtle art of attraction. Its pages describe the games lovers play, the secrets of seduction, the rituals of touch, and the poetry of pleasure. Tourists blush, locals barely glance. Here, beauty and desire are part of daily life, written in the glances exchanged in markets, the rhythm of music, and the swirl of saris on the dance floor. In India, love is both an art and an adventure. What do you think of these traditions? Would you dare try any of them? Or do they seem too extreme, even for you? Which custom or secret shocked you the most? Pause the video and leave your answer in the comments. Your opinion is what keeps this journey going, and you might just surprise us. But even in a country overflowing with traditions and stories, some places remain truly forbidden. Off India's eastern coast lies North Sentinel Island, a patch of jungle so isolated it's called the most dangerous place on Earth. Here lives a tribe untouched by the outside world, fiercely protecting their secrets from any who approach. Boats are met with arrows, and helicopters chased away by warriors on the beach. No one knows exactly how the Sentinelese live, what language they speak, or what customs rule their world. It's said that women and men work side by side, raising children and defending their home together. No outsider has ever truly seen their way of life, and those who try rarely make it back. For over 60,000 years, the Sentinelese have remained hidden, legends growing around them like vines in the jungle. In India, even the maps hold mysteries. In India's wild tangle of traditions and modernity, even the everyday can feel surreal. If you plan to get married, don't be surprised if your family hires a wedding detective, an investigator paid to dig into your future spouse's past. They follow leads through crowded markets and city alleys, uncovering secrets about old relationships, family feuds, or hidden debts. A single rumor can change the course of an entire wedding. On the streets, another kind of inspector roams, the spitting police. These officers watch for anyone who dares stain the pavement with betel nut juice or tobacco. Get caught, and you'll pay a fine, sometimes on the spot. It's a daily battle in a country where pan chewing is a ritual and red stains mark every sidewalk. Whether seeking love or trying to keep the streets clean, Indians have created jobs you won't find anywhere else. And yet, for all its struggles and chaos, India's beauty can leave you breathless. In the southern city of Madurai, the Meenakshi temple towers above the streets. A kaleidoscope of carved gods, demons, and animals painted in every color imaginable. Thousands of statues climb the gopurams, each one telling a story from ancient myth. Devotees drift through the halls barefoot, incense curling through shafts of light, as bells ring out in waves across the city. Deep in the cliffs of Maharashtra, the Ajanta caves hide treasures from a forgotten world. Paintings line the walls, royal processions, gods descending from the heavens, lovers entwined in gardens of paradise. The colors have survived centuries of darkness, their blues and reds glowing in the flicker of torchlight. Up north, trains thunder across the land, slicing through tea gardens, rice fields, and sun-bleached deserts. In first class, wealthy travelers dine on silver platters as the world slides by outside. In sleeper cars, families share laughter, music, and food, strangers becoming friends by morning. At the heart of it all stands the Taj Mahal, white marble glowing pink at dawn and golden at sunset. It was built by a king for the woman he loved more than life. Every stone a promise kept across centuries. Legend says you can hear their story in the silence just before sunrise, as flocks of birds circle the dome. Elsewhere, palace walls whisper secrets of queens who ruled with iron and silk, poets who sang to the moon, warriors who defended kingdoms with honor and fire. For every story you discover, 100 more wait just out of sight. India is a place where the impossible feels ordinary, and every moment is a story waiting to unfold. If you've made it this far, you've seen a side of India most people will never believe. Which custom, tradition, or secret left you stunned, or made you want to see it with your own eyes? Drop your answer in the comments and let us know what shocked you the most. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button so you never miss the next story. Ready to explore more hidden worlds? Click the next video and discover the places even locals whisper about. This is Exotic Worlds, where every country has a secret, and every secret is waiting for you.